This is Larry Jordan, the host of the Digital Production Buzz. The following interview is an excerpt from a recent program. To hear the entire program, visit digitalproductionbuzz.com. Nick Mattingly is the CEO and co-founder of Switcher Studio. This is an iOS app that enables anyone with an iOS device and an internet connection to capture and deliver multicam events to online audiences. Recently, they added director mode, which records broadcast quality HD. Hello, Nick. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
I am blown away by what the Switcher Studio does. And by the way, for you watching, before I start chatting with Nick, visit switcherstudio.com so you know what we're talking about. Nick, I showed this to our production team and our jaws hit the floor. I mean, this is amazing. So my first question has to be, does it really work?
Yeah, I've actually been on the App Store for just over a year. And we kept working at it, tightening down the screws, and just kept making it better and better. And we've got customers all over the world, and it's just so cool to see how people are using this product.
Well, I introduced it in the intro, but how would you describe Switcher Studio?
Switcher is a mobile video app that allows you to record and stream live video from multiple angles using iPhones and iPads.
Now, am I using the iPad as the switching, or can I do it on an iPhone, or what kind of gear does this work with?
Right, so it's iOS. It works for iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch. You pick one device that's your main mixer, your switching interface. That's where you log in with your Switcher account that you create through our website. And then you just install the app on another iPhone or iPad and wait to connect as a camera. You could literally pull somebody off the street and say, "You're a cameraman today," and pull them for your production.
How do the cameras connect? Let's just, because my brain wraps around it more easily, let's pretend that the Switcher is the iPad, and we've got iPhones for cameras. How did the iPhones connect to the iPads so you can see picture?
Right. So all of the cameras communicate over a local Wi-Fi network. So before you launch the app, you'll go into your general settings and just make sure they're all checked on the same network. You can always build a bigger bubble if you're using like an Airport Extreme. It's a great way to start. If you're doing a mobile production, you can fire up the hotspot on your phone, connect your devices to it. You won't be able to get very far away from the devices doing a production like that, but you can always build a bigger bubble. We've had customers that have set up dedicated networking systems in concert halls and for football stadiums where they've had kids at the coin toss and either end of the field running around just completely untethered.
What was it that led you to invent this, and how long did development take?
Yeah, so one of my business partners and I had a media agency previously, and I was more on the web and application development side. He was a production guy. He's done hundreds of TV shows, thousands of live streaming productions at this point. And we were also consulting with people that wanted to do live video, that wanted to create their own content. And it was so frustrating to see people get excited about doing video, but then put the brakes on because it's so expensive, it's so complicated, it takes so much time to set up. And we would have customers that would spend months moving around budgets and hire someone just to run the gear because it doesn't make sense. And we kind of put a break on that and turned our development inwards, said, how should this work? And now we have Switcher.
Well, how long did it take to develop?
There is a lot of time that has gone into this project. We've got 7 incredible people on our team. We're not all developers. We've got people that are doing production and support, people that have been involved in the broadcast and radio and television. One of our guys developed games for EA Electronics or Electronic Arts for a while. So a lot of time has gone into this. One of our developers had probably 3 years in it before we started kicking up the notch on getting it where it is today.
Wow. How would you compare this with a TriCaster?
It's very similar from a functionality standpoint. The end product that your viewer will see is that same kind of multi-camera production where it's really dynamic. You have multiple angles. You can bring in graphics and effects, picture in picture. You're not spending 5, 10, $30,000 on equipment. There's no special hardware requirements. You're just using iOS devices. So it's maybe not necessarily a replacement for a TriCaster type setup. If you're spending that kind of money on a video setup, you will notice a difference in quality. But in many ways, it can complement those systems. A traditional video mixing setup, a lot of times is a permanent installation. What are you using in your studio? Do you ever take it out? Probably not. If you do, you can, but it's going to take an incredible amount of time to do that. Switcher, I've got a 4-camera setup in my laptop bag at all times, and I can be up and running in just a couple minutes.
Well, we have a vested interest in webcasting here at The Buzz, so we're all listening very closely to this. What format video do you support? Can you do both 720 and 1080?
The main mixing device will record locally to its own storage, and that can be up to 720. Using the new director mode, it will disable the built-on camera on the main device, and each connected camera or source will have its own independent capture. And with that, we're able to have full quality video from every angle, still see it on our main mixer and composite it after the event and matched up with every edit made during the production, regardless of any hiccups or glitches on the network. So with this workflow, you can have a 1080p fixed frame rate video coming out of your production that you can even push into Final Cut and have everything show up. All of your cuts are already in place. You don't have to start from scratch and time sync. You can just tug at it if you miss an edit or need to move things around.
So in that second example, say I'm working with iPhones. The iPhone is the recording device as well as the camera, and the iPhone is sending a signal over to the switching iPad in this case, correct?
Exactly. So one of the great benefits of the new director mode functionality is if you are doing a production where you want to broadcast live real time for people to watch while it's happening, maybe you're sending to YouTube or Ustream, but you don't have a great internet connection, or you get down to the wire and you've got to make some adjustments, and you drop the quality for the live broadcast so you can get it out to your viewers, because as long as there's a moving picture, they're going to be happy. But there's a different expectation for on-demand content. If I'm watching at my leisure, just as a viewer, you want it to look like something you're going to see on TV. So with director mode, you can do a live broadcast at any quality, do the best that you can, or drop it down if you need to, and still have a full quality HD recorded video to upload afterwards.
Are we able to pick the streaming service this feeds to, or are we locked into a YouTube feed?
It uses RTMP and works with just about anybody. So as long as you can get a stream URL and stream ID, you can hook it in with a lot of platforms. Almost any Wowza service, YouTube, Ustream, Twitch, Concert Window, StageIt. There's a big list. If you go to our website, in the knowledge base section is a list of supported streaming platforms where we have full tutorials on where to go on their websites to get information, how to interface it with the app. And we just keep making it easier and easier. We still have people finding platforms we didn't even know about that hook in with the product.
It's just an amazing piece of work. It's just stunning to watch. What do we need to install to get this to work, and how much does it cost?
Right. So all you need to get started is one iOS device, iPhone, iPad. You'll go to switcherstudio.com and create an account. You can get a 7-day free trial without even putting in a credit card, take it for a test spin, and use that to log into the main mixing device. And with that main device, you can use the built-in camera, you can add photos, you can add graphics, you can do images with opacity. So if you have a lower third or a corner bug built, we even have a desktop screen sharing app for Mac where you can bring your computer screen in. So you could do like a picture-in-picture or a 2-up. And that's without even getting into the multi-camera component. So all you need is one device to get started. It works all the way back to iPad 2, iPhone 4. We've really tried to keep this lightweight so that it works with devices that people already have. Obviously, newer devices are going to perform better. You'll be able to take advantage of newer features as those become available. The iPad Pro would make a great mixing interface. The iPad Air is a great mixer. Even the iPad Mini, the previous iPad Mini, they make great mixing interfaces. So if you're starting from scratch, you have absolutely nothing. You could get an iPad mini for $300. You want to get it on a tripod, so you get you a mobile media case, tripod for 60, 80 bucks. Want to make sure you have good audio, so maybe look at getting like an iRig or TRS adapter for 30 or 40 bucks. So $500, you've got a awesome video mixer that you can just start adding cameras. If you got a camera in your phone in your pocket, you're ready to do a 2-camera setup, and it's really easy to add from there. We have customers that are doing 4-camera setups that, any other video mixing software, you're going to have a $2,500 laptop just to run it. And they're doing full 4-camera setups with all of the gear and accessories that they need to go along with it for the same price.
You have just depressed people owning remote trucks enormously. I just want you to know that. That is, who are some of your customers?
We have a school in Australia that's using it for visually impaired students. Kids have their own tablets, or they project video on the wall. They're not even recording or broadcasting. There's a school that's using it for theater staging. So they're making sure their lighting is right and that their markers are where they need to be on stage. We have a guy has a dyno rig where people are bringing their souped up cars, and he's got all of these meters and like stats going, and these revving engines and smoke. And he's doing productions and giving people video. And then it's all across the board. It's religious services, concerts, athletic events, local government. I mean, it's incredible to see what people have done with this. And it's made it hard from a marketing standpoint because it's being used in so many different ways. But, that's a good problem to have.
It is indeed. And for people that want to learn more or see the tutorials or download the demo, what website can they go to?
Right. So you go to switcherstudio.com, and there's a 7-day free trial. Check it out.
It has got to be so much fun to take this idea and spend 3 or 4 or 5 years developing it and then just have it explode all over. I wish you great success, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Great. Take care.
My pleasure. That's Nick Mattingly. He's the CEO and co-founder of Switcher Studio. Their website is switcherstudio.com, and you owe it to yourself to check it out. Thanks. I'll be right back. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. To stay connected and receive updates from The Buzz, sign up for our free weekly newsletter now. Or you can learn more about us on our website. And thanks for watching The Digital Production Buzz.